Please don't worry. Please don't worry. We are broadcasting live. I want to thank everybody for joining us with our first Worldwide Billionaires webinar. We have a lot of good information to share with everyone this evening. My name is Arthur Berry, CEO, founder of Worldwide Billionaires. Have my executive team, Mr. Sterling Cord, Mr. Tony Hubbard. We've been working feverishly to put this plan together. We're so excited to be sharing with you for the first time the compensation plan. And so one thing I just want to let you all know that next Tuesday we're going to have some special guests who are outside of the Worldwide Billionaires realm. We're going to do another webinar, possibly, just depending upon their availability and if they could get on. But if not, definitely we're going to have them on the conference call where we share with you the power of the benefits and the services that we're providing, and also the marketing tool that we have in place for each and every one of you to build your business. And so again, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out here this evening to watch this webinar and take an opportunity to see what we've put in place to help you build your business within the business. And so what I'd like to do is turn it over to Mr. Sterling Cord, who will share with you our compensation plan as we have it designed currently. Mr. Cord.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. And then I'm going to hunt around to get where I need to be here. So what I'm going to do for the next couple of minutes is just share a little bit about just the basic overview of the compensation plan. And one of the things I'd encourage everyone to do is just kind of take some notes, because we're really not going to be able to send this out. This is an overview. We've got a couple of things, and Tony will talk more about that later as far as just the process. But what I want to do is first of all, you know, our goal is the passion to protect and prosper, and there's a number of ways we're going to do that. But we really want to make a difference, and I know we've talked a lot about making an economic difference, but we also want to make a difference with the kind of products that we share, the kind of education that we give about our products, and really help people to understand making good decisions in the financial arena and also in the product arena. So pretty much one of the things that we talk a lot about is that if you have great products and you have a good personal story, then really you don't need to convince somebody. We just believe in the power of sharing, which means, and I think, and hopefully Tony will give some examples of things that have happened to him, but we just believe that you go out there, you share your story, you talk to about it. Some will be interested, some may not, but even the ones that don't, if you give a sincere story, then they're going to refer you. So we believe completely in the power of sharing. And so what exactly is it that we're going to share? First of all, I want to talk about the products, and there's really three key services that we work with, and then also you understand the numismatics and the bullion, and I'll talk about that. But first of all, there's a product called InfoArmor, which is a service And obviously, InfoArmor is all about identity theft and those types of things. And it's a very simple process. It's easy to set up, but that's going to be one that we know is a concern with a lot of the folks that we talk to, and really is all about that direction offering that. We also have Legal Club, which is just, they talk about the law is not equal, because if you have money, you can have it. If you don't, you don't. And this is a great service that allows access to attorneys and things like that. One Source Tax is another product that we have, which is really exciting just because as a small business owner, and that's one of the great things about being in the direct selling industry is that you are now a small business owner, and as a result, there's a lot of things that you can do, a lot of legitimate deductions. But One Source Tax helps make sure that we're doing it correctly, because obviously one of the things we'd love to do is protect it from the IRS and really make sure that the business is run. But obviously the two that we're really most excited about is first of all the numismatic coins. We have just, it's something I didn't even understand or know about when I first got involved in this type of industry, but it's such an exciting thing because obviously it has not only the intrinsic value of silver, but it also has the ability to appreciate above what bullion would do. So it's kind of a great combined purchase, and so we're going to continue to educate about that, teach that, and allow individuals to take advantage of the numismatic coins out there to purchase. And the last thing is obviously bullion. And bullion, we've talked about it. What is the real objective of that? We believe that it's basically a situation where it should be a part of a portfolio. It should be a financial person that tells you exactly how much. But owning bullion is just a part of, especially with the instabilities that are out there, it's just a great idea to have that as a part of your plan. And we're going to continue to talk about that and teach about that and help people own that great product as well. So pretty much the setup that we're working, the way our compensation plan works is, first of all, we want to make sure that we're getting a chance to share the products. We have what's called a two-customer requirement. Once somebody is at the silver associate rank, which is one person sponsored on your right and on your left, at that point in time, then there will be a requirement over time, an opportunity to have a couple of customers, and that will define more in detail. There's also a retail bonus pool where we're looking to take a percentage of the sales of the company to encourage those individuals who are maybe not as much of a builder, but really love sharing the products and doing all that, and we want them to participate in that way as well, and really to reward them for building our company in that particular way. And then lastly, the great news is the monthly auto ship, because that allows each of our consultants, if they would like to, our associates, if they would choose, to actually be able to get a coin, have the services so they can understand them, use them personally, be able to explain them well, and also gives access to the website. It gives access to to Arthur's point, it gives access to the ability to communicate with your marketplace through a great setup with the contact management services that we worked out. So we'll have some great things there as well to share. But I just want you to understand that's sort of what it looks like. So if somebody decides to become a part of the business team and they want to be a part of Worldwide Billionaires, there are 3 opportunities to get started with our company, and I want to talk about each one. Like I said, we'll go through sort of a high level, but over the next couple of weeks you'll be able to see more in detail. But first one is there's what's called an associate package, and that is a $299 fee. And what that covers is, first of all, you get one numismatic coin. You also have not only the web fee, which is a back office that's phenomenal because you can start really running your business in a way where you can see what's going on with it, but also, and the replicated website, but also there is the contact management, and we bundle that together so everyone has that, and we're going to make that a great part of our processes to share our story all over the country and then all over the world. It also includes 3 services. It includes InfoArmor, Legal Club, and One Source Tax. We're excited about that. First of all, we think as a small business, and just because of the way the world is, those are great to have. But the second thing is it will give everyone a chance to know how they work, what they look like, so that when they're out there trying to share them, they'll understand them better. And then the last is wholesale pricing on bullion, which is always a really important thing in our mind, is to try to give the best price out there on the purchase of bullion for our individuals who are a part of the organization. So that's the associate pack. The second one is something called the builder's pack. That is $4.99. The differences is, first of all, there's 2 coins. It includes the web fee as well as the contact management. It still has the 3 services that I just discussed. It has wholesale pricing on bullion, but it also includes a custom Worldwide Bullionaires case, coin case. Because one of the things we know is that there's nothing more powerful than setting the coins, the numismatic coins or bullion, whichever you have, the silver coins or gold is great if that's too, but setting that on a table in a really, really professional case and people seeing that you are a collector. You're not only a person that's building a business, but you're also a person that owns the product and understands them. And so we're very excited about that. We know a lot of people. It may make sense for the builder's pack, and if that's the case, there's another one, and you can get a case as well. The last one is what we call the Builder's Elite Pack, and we actually had encouragement from our top leaders to have something like this. And obviously, it may or may not make sense, and I think Tony will talk a little bit more to that. But at the end of the day, you can see it's $14.99. Well, the reason is, first of all, there's 6 numismatic coins. And understand what the builders were asking for is they wanted to have right away inventory on hand. They wanted to have that. It also comes with the web fee, the contact management services, the same 3 services, wholesale pricing on bullion. It has the custom case, but the cool thing is when you get six coins instead of 2, it looks a lot more daunting when they look at that case with coins in there. It's also got a temporary promotion to Gold Associate for 7 weeks, which is basically 60 days. What we're saying is a lot of those individuals are going to come in and they'll build fairly quickly. We want them to have the benefits of a gold leader, a Gold Associate for 60 days. Obviously, after that, they need to have qualified with the regular guidelines. And then lastly, once they reach gold, there are optional business centers, and we'll talk more about them, but we actually call them business extensions, where we'll allow them to take advantage of some things on that side in order for them to, because they built a great business or they're building one, how to maximize that on behalf of the representatives, and we'll talk more in details about that. We're very, very excited about this because we really feel like it covers the whole horizon of interest. If someone is in a situation where they're not financially just don't have the ability to do the 1,500 package, that's great. Start where you can, and like I said, Tony can talk a little bit more in detail about that. The second thing is the ways to be rewarded. There are 4 ways. We tried with the help of some of the key leaders that are on this phone tonight, and I know Tony mentions them all the time, but we really cannot thank them enough for what they've done. First of all, support and belief and understand the roller coaster ride and always being there. But secondly, we're so grateful for the fact that they have really given us some great ideas. Well, they wanted a plan that was simple, and this is how simple it is. First of all, there's indirect and direct enroller bonuses. We have team bonuses. We have matching check bonuses, and we'll have a lifestyle or bullion bonus. And I'm going to talk about these just really briefly, each one of them. And then, as I said, we'll get more of that as we get the compensation plan final approval happening and all that stuff, so you can see it. So let's just talk about each one. First of all, the enroller bonus has a direct and indirect bonus based on the package that individuals come in. If you have someone who joins your team that you personally sponsor and they come in as an associate, which is the $299 package, that will be $100 direct and a $25 indirect. And so we're really excited about that because certainly the expectation of that, however, is the reason that happens is because we expect that you'll be working with these folks. This is because they need help. We want you to coach them up. We want you to help them get up to that point where they can really understand and run the business. So that's the reason this is. The second is the Builder's Pack. This is obviously the $499. That has 150 direct, which means if someone brings somebody personally in at the $499, they would make 150. But it also means that, let's say Tony was direct to me and he brought in Arthur, well then I would actually make $50 as a result of that. Tony would make 100, but I would actually have 50 as an indirect. But understand, the reason we're compensating for that is because when new people come in the business, we expect leadership. and we're going to compensate for leadership. The last one, of course, is something called the Elite Builders Pack. This one is actually, it's the $14.99. Right now, we are doing it because we really feel like it'll help us get product out there, get samples out there, get coins out into the marketplace. But long term, we'll just decide where that's at, because you can see in the Elite Builders Pack, the direct is $500 and the indirect is $200. Well, why would we do that? Because if somebody comes in at a builder, we expect that immediately they're looking at building a team, and we expect the personal sponsor and his upline, who are both participating in this enroller bonus, we expect them to work with those individuals to get them up to that gold. By the time the 7 weeks is ended, or whatever it is, by the time the 60 days is ended, we expect them to be to gold, because the enroller and the person that is his upline sponsor have worked with that individual, worked with his people, done the three-way calls, the work that gets done to get them up to where they actually are a builder building a business. So let's talk about the team bonuses, which is the second part. On an associate pack, there is a there's 50 BV associated with that $299 package. The Builders Pack, it's 100 business volume. The Elite Builders Pack has 400 business volume, and the monthly auto ship with one coin has a $50 business volume. So why does that matter? Well, I know a number of you are familiar with this, but the way that works is this. If you, as a silver associate, which means you have one on the left and one on the right, you now can participate in what's called the binary bonus, or the cycle bonus. And here's what it looks like. If you have 400 business volume, this is not just you personally, but you and your team and your team's team and your team's team. If you have one person that maybe is on or two people that are on monthly auto ship, you have one person that comes in at the or two that come in at the $4.99. Just if you look at this, or three, if you have 400 business volume on your left and you have 400 business volume on your right, whenever that happens, your business, your team, does something called cycle. And when that happens, they pay a $100 team bonus out. Once the team bonus is paid, they subtract the 400 off of each side. If there's additional, of course, if you had 800 and 800, it would pay twice and subtract out the 800. What I really love about this is this. It still expects that you are in a leadership role. We expect people to not go in and retire, but go in and build. Work with both legs, work with all the people out there. But at the same point in time, where a lot of companies, it requires multiple individuals out there that you've got to build in order to participate in the compensation. This basically says if you can find somebody who's excited about what we do on your right hand and somebody on your left hand, you are now participating in this team bonus. So we're very excited about that. We think it really opens the door for the person that may just want to earn additional income and doesn't want to build a huge organization. But of course, those who want to build a huge organization, it's there for you too. The check match bonus is also one of the really exciting things. And what the check match bonus says is when you are a silver associate, and you have one direct on your left and one direct on your right, which is what it requires to qualify as a silver associate, then you actually get a check match, a 10% check match on the first level direct recruits on your binary circle bonus. So if they make $1,000 because they have 10 cycles in the binary, well, if that person was direct to you, you would make 10% of that, or $100. And you know, the interesting thing is, when you have leaders, if you're doing the right thing and you're building leaders around you, and when you get that money for the direct and indirect, you realize that's to get you involved in helping them grow businesses. And we've got people that are doing that. Folks, I can tell you this can become such a huge part of your business, because the more successful your people are, the chance for you to participate in that success and be rewarded for helping them be successful is phenomenal. Now, once you're a gold leader, which means what? You have 3 on your left and 3 on your right that are direct recruits, Well, now, not only do you get check match on your first level, but if somebody like Tony has a person like Arthur, and Arthur goes out and makes $1,000, I also make 10% on Arthur's. I make 10% check match on his $1,000. Now, if Tony made $2,000, I'd make $200, and if Arthur made $1,000, I'd make an additional $100. And you can see how quickly that can become a major part of your business. But it's back to the same thing. It's not a gimme. This isn't a welfare system. It's not a get rich quick. This is designed to say, look, you're being compensated to lead, to build, to train, to have the right kind of attitude, to be the kind of leader that Tony and a number of the other individuals that are on this phone have already have already proven themselves to be. And that's the reason we're doing it this way. We want to match those checks because we want you to do well. The last one I'm going to talk a little bit about is the lifestyle, or we teasingly call it the bullion bonus. This is no indication that you need to purchase bullion with the bonus, but we love the idea that instead of, when you get these bonuses, instead of going out and buying a car that maybe you can or cannot afford, or getting yourself more in debt, we're really encouraging the portion of that goes into that side of purchasing an asset that actually appreciates, whether it's in numismatic coins or bullion. So we just teasingly call it a bullion bonus, but of course when you receive this, you can do whatever you want. And what the bullion bonus says is, once you're a qualified platinum leader, which means you have 5 directs on your left and 5 directs on your right, we will actually pay to you a $1,000 monthly bonus for the bullion bonus. Every month that you are qualified as a platinum leader, with these people active and qualified, 5 on the right, 5 on the left, you actually receive a $1,000 monthly bonus. And once you get the double platinum, which is 10 on the left and 10 on the right, we know that is a builder. So we know that's going to take some work. It doesn't happen automatically, but I can promise you, because of what we do, because of how much of a desire there is to understand bullion, to understand coins, some of the services we provide, well, I can promise you that you can get there, because you'll find people, as you share the story, you'll have people that will say, wow, this is great. I love metals. I love numismatic coins. I like protecting my family, and they're going to be in that position. Well, if that happens, now you're getting $2,000 a month for your monthly bonus each month that you're qualified, with 10 directs qualified on your right and 10 directs qualified on your left. And folks, I know this has been very, very brief, but we wanted you to understand the direction we're headed so you can understand the field and understand the culture. We want to help a lot of people own our services, own numismatic coins, and own bullion. And then the second thing is, as a result of that, we'd like a ton of folks that could become wealthy because they're great at sharing their story and finding individuals that want to be in the company with us as a teammate or a client of ours, because what we do helps them so much. So the last thing, and I know you've seen this, but I just would say catch the wave. It's just the idea that, especially right now, we've had this sort of thing where we've decided to maybe rethink our start date. There's some reasons. It's exciting though, but what we've found is there's a lot of people that, even though we moved the date, they know there's a big wave coming, and so instead of sitting on the board on the surfboard, sucking their thumb and hoping that maybe the wave will take them onto the beach, they're paddling like crazy. They're already moving almost as fast as a wave, and if they're going as fast as a wave, instead of being buried under by the water, they're going to ride that wave for miles and miles. So we'd encourage you to do the work. Listen to Tony. He's such a great leader. Do the things you need to do to actually have the chance to catch the wave. And so that's really the message that we have, that I have for you. And like I said, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be associated with this group of individuals. It's been fun to work with Arthur and Tony. And as we go forward, we know we have some plans there on how that's going to continue. But I wanted to share that. And what I'll do now is I'll actually turn the time back over to Arthur, who will actually introduce our next speaker. So are you ready, Arthur? I'm going to give it back to you.
Yes, sir. I have it. I thank you, Mr. Sterling Cord, for sharing that compensation plan. Now, people, I hope you guys are excited as I am. I mean, we've put this thing together not only to help the masses who are not necessarily business partners, but just want to have access to our products and our services. But then we've also added that element that many of you who are on the call are looking for, that ability to earn an extra $200, $300, $500 per month, or upwards to $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 per month. And so everything is engrossed and compensated in our packages. And our opportunity and the things that we're trying to do to help you be successful. One thing before I turn it over to Mr. Tony Hubbard to close us out, this is being recorded on the YouTube, so you can look at this on the Worldwide Billionaires link on YouTube, the Worldwide Billionaires YouTube page. So you can share this, you can review this at your leisure right after this call. And so a gentleman, again, like I always say, that I have a lot of respect for. He's like a little big brother to me. You know, we all endeavor to be like him when it comes to having the ability to influence and encourage and motivate people. And personally, I look up to him for that. And so without further ado, Mr. Tony Hubbard.
All right, Mr. Arthur Berry, again, I appreciate that wonderful introduction. And again, Mr. Sterling Court, who so eloquently covered everything about the compensation plan. And just to give you guys a quick recap, we have a very, very simple compensation plan. We help people, first of all, purchase precious metals at dealer costs. But in addition to that, there is an opportunity where you can actually generate a passive residual income with a product that just makes a whole lot of sense. Imagine being able to help individuals, whether they want to make $500 a month, whether some individuals want to make a few $1,000s a month, or for those individuals that want to make a full-time income, that possibility is available there. I am a firm believer to allow individuals to get in where they fit in. Keep in mind, we are a network marketing company, not a net wish marketing company. We're not a recruiting only company. We are a network marketing company. And I believe, you know, a lot of times we don't emphasize on the fact that it is work. Because the last I checked, the only time success comes before work is actually in the dictionary. So imagine being able to build a team and generate a passive residual income with a product just makes a whole lot of sense. Every time we share the information, imagine being able to build a team, starting at the associate package and then going over into a builder's pack. And for some individuals, they'll be able to come in and play at what we call an elite builder's pack. Again, as a leader, you want to make sure you allow individuals to get in where they fit in. The elite builder's pack is not for everyone. The builder's pack is not for everyone. And the associate pack is not for everyone. I'm a firm believer of just STP, showing the plan. Imagine sharing the information with individuals, because here's what we got to understand. It just makes sense in today's economy to have a plan B in place. Because I don't care where you live, I don't care what you're doing, it makes sense to have a plan B in place. And every time the information is shared, which Mr. Sterling Court did such an excellent job of doing, there's always three types of individual that will take a look at the opportunity. Whether it's on a Google Hangout, a one-on-one presentation, a home meeting, restaurant, or even a hotel meeting, there's always three types of individuals that will take a look at what it is we do. You have that first individual say, you know what, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but it's just not for me. And I say, great, someone thought enough of you to invite you out to see a presentation. At least do that person a favor and support them and be a customer, you know, because we have some excellent service. I believe everyone needs to have an identity theft protection, with the #1 crime in the land today being that of identity theft. Then you have those individuals that say, you know what, I like what I see, but I have a few questions. I say, great. You want to get with the person that invited you out or invited you to this particular call and answer their question and show them how simple and how easy it is to actually build a passive residual income with a product that just makes a whole lot of sense. And then you're going to have that individual I call #3 that, you know what, they said it makes sense from the very beginning. It makes sense to own precious metals, whether it's in a bullion form or in a numismatic collectible form. And I see this being a plan B that eventually may become my plan A. I say, great, you want to get with those individuals and just let them know what your level of interest is and show them how simple and how easy it is. Because mark my words, for the last 5 to 6 months or so, we've been diligently working behind the scenes to put together a compensation plan and to create an environment that is conducive to winning. Tonight, you got a chance to see the first view of the compensation plan. Keep in mind, every company develops a compensation plan to dictate the kind of behavior that we want to see in the field. We have some very lucrative compensation plan. We have some very lucrative packages. So let's just make the most of everything we have on the table. Mark my words, 6 months from now, a year from now, there's going to be scores of individuals that are glad that they will position themselves to capitalize on everything that's taking place. So that being said, I encourage,
It's conducive to winning.
that being said, I encourage each and every one of you guys
View
to
of the
listen on the call,
compensation plan.
to just
Keep in mind,
understand.
every company develops a compensation
We
plan.
have a little background feedback, Mr. Arthur. So just keep in mind, every time we present the information, I want you guys to always understand it takes leaders that have a vision to lead the people who have a dream. God bless. I'll turn you back in the hand of Mr. Arthur Berry. And again, we'll be able to download this to YouTube so you'll get a chance to take another look at it. God bless and have an amazing evening.
So again, I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking this time out to take a look at our compensation plan as we have it laid out. And again, just to reiterate what both Mr. Sterling Cord and Mr. Tony Hubbard has stated, we're not giving this out, but you do have access to that YouTube video to share with your individuals, your prospects, and just people who are on your list to invigorate and excite them to this opportunity. And so I just want to thank each and every one of you for taking this time out to be with us on this Thursday evening for the first ever Worldwide Billionaires webinar. And I look forward to seeing and hearing from you guys again on Sunday and Tuesday evening. Good night and God bless.